Like most new cars, the MG4 is missing something, a spare tyre or space saver. While you won't need one of these for city driving, it's definitely a great idea for country, regional and long road trips like the 2,000 plus kilometre Christmas annual journey that I'm going to take in a few days. I have no regrets about buying this car. It is great fun driving around the city, very efficient and perfect for highway cruising. This is an honest review of how well the Braumach Space Saver tyre fits in the boot of my MG4. For disclosure, this is a sponsored tyre that I didn't pay for, but I have full control of what I say. As you can see, the tyre comes in a nice soft shell casing and has the same 18-inch size as the original tyres for the MG4 77 and 64 Essence models in Australia. All Space Saver tyres shouldn't be driven over 80 kilometers an hour, and you should follow the PSI instructions to make sure they're inflated to the correct amount, 60 PSI in this case. Make sure you also only drive them for as far as you need to get to a town where you can stop using these emergency tires and get your real tires fixed or replaced. Now, some viewers will be saying, why can't I just use the can of goo mobility kit that my new car like the MG4 came with? Great question. Those are only good really for small punctures, not sidewall damage, and they cost several $100s to replace. And also, sometimes after using them, the tyre can't be repaired, so you'd be up for a whole new tyre instead. Part of the blame for why most new cars don't come with spare tyres or space savers is because of the fashion for increasing and increasingly large wheels on new cars. Unfortunately, this means that there's no space for them to be stored in the boot or subfloor boot of a new car. As you can see, the pouch for the spare wheel and tyre comes with a nice zippered storage section, and this is what the Braumach Space Saver looks like next to the original Bridgestone Turanza T005 EV tyres supplied OEM with the car. It's important to point out that once you have the Space Saver on, your ride and handling will be quite different to how the car usually deals with road situations, so be careful and don't go over 80 k's as the manufacturer says. Instead of just buying the Braumach Space Saver tyre and wheel by itself, you can also get it in a kit with a 2-ton jack with ratcheting handle, safety triangle for roadside safety, a telescopic wheel brace with socket, and 1 pair of gloves, which are all needed to be able to use the spare tyre. Of course, you might have some of these items or all of them already, in which case you don't need to buy these, and you can save about $100 instead of getting them with the tyre and wheel kit. But if you don't have them, then I highly recommend getting them all in one as a kit from Braumach instead. Right, so I also think that besides what Braumach supplies, there are 2 things that are needed for emergency tyre and wheel changes, as well as other more ordinary situations where you need to pump up your tyres at the side of a road because of a slow leak making them go soft. These are a high-vis safety jacket and a kneeling pad so you don't get rocks or mud in your knees. Definitely a good idea, even just for pumping up your tires normally on the side of the road or in your garage. Trust me, your knees will thank you for this. It's only $3 at Bunnings. Back to my MG4 77, this is what it looks like underneath the boot floor with the MG4 included safety can of goo, very basic tire inflator kit and safety triangle. Right, let's put the Braumach Space Saver tyre in and my Type 2 7-meter cable, charging cable, in its carry bag, as well as my custom length long V2L adapter bought from evchargers.com.au, which can come in handy if there is a power outage at the Caravan park or other places that I'm staying on my holidays with my family. Trust me, it's happened before. Some small towns get brief power outages pretty often. Also, next to the Braumach Space Saver, I'm putting my standard 8 amp normal 3-pin socket charger cable that's used to really slowly charge the car if no other options are available at an accommodation. Now, let's see how well all of these fit snugly underneath the MG4 boot floor with the Braumach Space Saver tyre in its soft shell case next to them. As you can see, they all fit pretty well, nice and snug. Now, of course, the Space Saver tyre is quite heavy as well as my cables, so I don't want them flying around in the boot. Of course, there will be lots of luggage and other items above them during my long EV road trips, but anyway, even if the boot is empty, I want them to be all secured tightly. So which I'm doing, as you can see, using the existing tie-down points in the car and tie-down straps that I got from Bunnings. Let's have a look at how I managed to put them all together and really make sure that the Space Saver tyre and the cables couldn't fly around in any way if I braked hard. This is what it looks like with the MG4 original boot floor on top, as well as the boot floor mat I used to protect that from getting all dirty with shopping and other stuff. MG4 does come with a very basic portable tire inflator 12 volt, but I prefer to use my own with a digital display and much better controls. Now let's see how everything fits in with the spare tire and wheel kit underneath the boot floor with my charging cables. These are two medium-sized suitcases. That's the jack kit behind them, and now that there's bags of other stuff, there's loose bags. Probably we might put an esky there instead. We'll decide that later on, just before we go on the trip. And will it close? That's the big question. All the luggage and the spare wheel? Yes, success. Please like and subscribe so I can make more videos like this for you. Thanks and see you later.